Welcome to healthyayurveda.com. I'm Dr. Mike Dhaliwal, Vedic Sage. Today we'll take a closer look at conditions of Vāta dosha as mentioned in the 20th chapter of Charaka Samhitā. Diseases can be broadly categorized as being exogenous and endogenous, and further classified as being somatic and psychic, or that of the mind being psychological and emotional. However, no matter how well we attempt to classify diseases are innumerable via the various combination and permutations of doshic influence upon bodily tissue caused by all the variables of one's lifestyle. That said, and keeping it simple, we'll consider various conditions caused by Vāta dosha, and it's important to first look at the primary sites of Vāta. This includes structures of the lower pelvic region and lower body. For example, predominant sites of Vāta dosha include the urinary bladder, the large intestine or colon, and the rectum, the waist, thighs, legs, and bone, or asthī dhātu, have a special affinity for Vāta dosha. That said, of all the sites, the large intestine or the colon is the most important site of Vāta dosha. So, despite mentioning the predominant sites of Vāta dosha, it's important to acknowledge that doshas are found all throughout the body, and when balanced, doshas provide the basis for proper functioning and the normal physiology of the body. However, when imbalanced, doshas are the cause of various diseases. For example, Charaka mentions 80 diseases caused by Vāta dosha. And by first glance, this looks like a laundry list of scattered conditions. However, it's interesting that in a way, Vāta is almost likened to the impulse within the nervous system. Hence, when Vāta is abnormal, this may manifest as various neuromuscular conditions. For example, conditions of drop foot, numbness in the foot, sciatica, pain and stiffness in the thighs, or even extreme conditions such as paraplegia or paralysis of the extremities, are conditions for which the underlying pathology is at the nerve or neuromuscular junction, which explains just some of the various conditions of imbalanced Vāta dosha. These conditions arise due to the excess qualities of Vāta, which include excess rough, cold, dry, and light qualities of Vāta dosha. Similarly, imbalanced Vāta may create instability, whether it be abnormal movement such as trembling, circular movements, certain spasticity and contractions to the body. Also, Vāta being of the ether and air elements, and that which is formless and shapeless, abnormal Vāta may be the underlying cause which creates looseness of bodily tissue, causing dislocation, expansion, or separation of various channels of the body. Vāta is that which allows for perception, so any perceivable pain has some Vāta involvement, whether it be piercing pain or aching pain, Vāta dosha is involved. So instead of going through all 80 Vāta conditions, they're briefly listed here as a reference. Conditions such as cracking of the joints, arthritis, stiffness of muscles such as stiffness in the neck, back, thighs, and or ankles, numbness, weakness, or paralysis suggest Vāta imbalance. And as we know, Vāta is a predominant dosha in the later stages of life. So conditions that we would imagine that occur in old age include difficulty in hearing, looseness of the teeth, rigidity, and mental instability, along with various types of pain, whether it be pain in the chest, a gripping pain in the abdomen, pain in the pelvic girdle, headache. Also, with the loss of tissue integrity and a sense of formlessness, there's an increased incidence of prolapsed tissue, such as a prolapsed rectum, With regards to management of Vāta dosha, Charaka mentions medicine which has sweet, sour, and salty taste, along with unctuous and hot qualities, methods such as oilation or snehana, fomentation or swedana, which is the act of sweating, basti or enema, along with a diet and massage using properties which will help to pacify Vāta in an individualized way to the person's tolerance and seasonal considerations, are the main protocol for helping to manage various Vāta conditions. Asthapana, being restoration or reestablishing healthy conditions, uses medicines which are beneficial and made into a decoction to be administered as an enema. Anuvasana is an unctuous or oily rectal enema and is one of the 5 actions of treatment of panchakarma. Charaka mentions that of all the methods explained, basti or enema is the method of choice for managing Vāta conditions, as this is likened to cutting down the root of a tree, which results in the automatic destruction of the rest of the tree. Okay guys, this briefly explains the various conditions of Vāta, as mentioned by Charaka Samhitā. Hope you've enjoyed, and until next time, be well.